Chapter 17, maintenance every 2,000 hours. Maintenance every 2,000 hours. Drains cooling system. Drain and flushing cooling system used for the commercial product to replace the thermostat radiator cap with the refill with the new coolant. Check the coolant hose with the A with the cracks to release. Replace the necessary. Tighten the clamps. Check the radiator oil cooler for the dirt and grease, the leaks, and the loosen the broken mounting. Clean the radiator and oil cooler fins. Caution: prevent the possible injury with a hot spring water. Do not remove the radiator filler cap unless the engine is cool. Turn the cap slowly to the top. Release the air to relieve the valve pressure. Remove the filler cap. Turn the radiator pet cock A the counterclockwise to open the valve and allow the coolant to drain into the container. Dispose of the waste coolant properly. Turn the engine block drain cock A the counterclockwise to drain the engine block. Drain the coolant into the container. Dispose of the waste properly. Diesel engine coolant. Alright, diesel engine coolant. The engine cooling system is provided with a year-round protection against the corrosion cylinder with liner pitting with the winter freeze protection with negative degree 37 degrees Celsius and negative 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Following engine coolant is preferred to preserve with CIDAA 52624 Type 1 fully formatted ethanol glycol-based engine coolant concentration. CIDAA 52624 Type 1P pre-diluted 60% by volume glycol fully formulated ethanol glycol-based engine coolant. CIDAA 52624 Type 11 fully formulated propylene glycol-based engine coolant concentration. CIDAA 52624 Type 1 and Type 11 require dilution with the water before use. CIDAA 52624 Type 1P is ready to use the package. John Deere pre-diluted antifreeze summer. The coolant John Deere Cool Garbler available. The John Deere anti-freezing summer coolant concentration is 40 to 60% mixture of the concentration quality. Water is also recommended. Other local silicated ethanol glycol-based coolants for the heavy-duty engines based if they meet one of the following questions: ASTM D6210 pre-diluted coolant. An ASTM D6211 coolant concentration is in about 40 to 60% mixture of the concentration and quality of the water. Alright, coolant, meeting with the specification required use of supplemental coolant additives formulated with a heavy-duty diesel engine for the protecting against the corrosion, cylinder erosion, and pitting. 50% mixture of the ethanol glycol engine coolant and the water provides the freezing protection with the negative degree 37 degrees Celsius and negative 34 degrees Fahrenheit. If the protection at lower temperature is required, consult your John Deere dealer for recommendation. Water quality, important performance of the cooling system. Distilled, deionized, demineralized water recommended with the mixing ethanol glycol-based engine coolant concentration. Important, do not use the cooling system sealing additive, the antifreeze that contains sealing additives. Coolant drain intervals. Drain the flushing of the cooling system. Refill with refresh coolant every 24 months. When John Deere pre-diluted antifreeze summer coolant is used, the service interval may be extended to 36 months. Alright, maintenance every 2,000 hours. Cooling system with the filling of the deaeration procedure. Usually only the permanent type of low silicated ethanol glycol-based antifreeze coolant solution. Other type of the antifreeze may damage the cylinder, damage cylinder seals. Freezing temperatures. Will the permanent type of the low silicated ethanol glycol antifreeze without stop the leak with the additive to clean the soft water and fill. Radiator with the bottom of the radiator fill deck. Cooling system specification capacity of 6 gallons. Fill recovery tank with the full mark deaeration. The cooling system requires the shovel to warm up the cooling down cycle to deaerate with the normal deaerating during the normal operation. Only during the warm up the cool down cycle should the system deaerate. Start the engine, run the engine on until the coolant reaches the warm the temperature. Stop the engine, allow the coolant to cool. Check the coolant level at the recovery tank. Repeat steps 1 through 3 and recover the tank. And the coolant level is repeated at the same time. Stabilized. Note the level of the cooling system must be repeatedly checked after all the drain and refill procedures to ensure that all the air out of the stand system allows the coolant level to stabilize. Check the coolant level on which the engine is cold. If necessary, fill the recovery tank with the full mark and install the recovery tank in the radiator caps. Change propel gearbox oil. With the parking the machine on level ground, rotate the propel gearbox into the bottom of the oil level check plug with the B. If it's even with the horizontal center line, lower the bucket to the ground, turn the auto switch off. Important, turn the turbocharger may damage if it is not properly shut down. Run the engine from the RPM down one-third without load for 2 minutes. Move the engine RPM down to slow idle. Turn the key switch to remove the off. Remove the key from the switch. Attach the do not operate tank on the right control level. The 7th, pull the pilot control shut off lever to the lock position. Alright, A is your fill plug, B is the check plug, C is the drain plug, C is the horizontal plug. Caution, high pressure release of the fluid from the pressurized system can be caused serious burns. Wait for the proposal gearbox oil to cool. Keep body with the face away from the check plug. Gradually loosen the check plugs and release the pressure. After the propel gearbox is cooled, slowly loosen the check plugs and release the procedure. Proper gearbox oil specification capacity is 6.5 quarts. Move the drain plug, allow the oil to drain into the container. Dispose of the waste oil properly. Wrap the threads of the drain plug sealing type tape, install plug the height of the plug to 430 pounds an inch. Move the oil full fill plug A, add the oil until the oil flows out of the oil level the check plug hole. See fuel lubricant chapter. Alright, wrap the threads and check the plug with the fill the plug with the sealing type tape, and install the plug type the plugs with the 49 newtons per meter or 36 pounds a foot. Change the oil change the oil with the second propelled gearbox. Changing hydraulic oil. Important. Do not run the engine without oil in the tank. Mark the machine on level with the upper structure with the rotator at 90 for the easier access. Position the machine with the arm cylinder fully retracted in the bucket cylinder with the full extended lower bucket to the ground. Turn the auto switch off. The turbocharger must be damaged if important turbocharger may be damaged if the engine is not properly shut down. Run the engine with the RPM dial in the 1/3 position without load for 2 minutes. Move the engine RPM dial to the slow idle position. Turn the key switch off to stop the engine. Remove the key from the switch. Pull the pilot's control switch. Shut off lever to the lock position. Caution, high pressure release of the oil from the pressurized system can cause serious burn from the penetration injury. The hydraulic tank is pressurized. Do not remove the vent plug A. Release the pressure from loosening the vent plug. Loosen the vent plug A to relieve the air pressure. Insert the 1/15 of an inch hex wrench D into the hole E with the turn counterclockwise. Slow the turn cap A with the counterclockwise. Remove the cap. The hydraulic oil tank oil specification is 39 gallons. A, the cap of the B, the alignment marks. T, the case assembly. D, the hex wrench, and E, the hole. Remove the drain plug after allowing the drain into the container. Dispose of the waste oil properly. Remove the cover A with the suction filter. Clean the inside of the tank of the suction filter. Change the hydraulic oil filter. C, have maintenance every 500 hours chapter. Change the pilot container oil filter. C, the maintenance every 1,000 hour chapter. Install the suction screens with the cover of the suction screen must seat against the outlet pipe at the bottom of the tank, and if necessary, loosen the bolts to adjust the rod length. Alright, your suction screen rod specification length A is 26.4 meters. Suction screen rod nut, the specification torque A is 150 pounds inches. Top rod of the top rod nut, specification 0.8 inches in length. Cover the cap screw, specification 36 pounds a foot. And install the tank drain plug with the bottom guard. Add the oil until the bottom of the mark. Between the marks for the sight glass, see the fuel is the lubricating chapter. Important. If the hydraulic pump is not filled with the oil, it will be damaged for the engine if started. It will be damaged when the engine is started. Move the air bleed plugs from the hydraulic pump until the oil flows from the bleed holes. Install the air bleed plugs in the hydraulic pump. Check the oil level in the sight glass. Add oil if necessary. Install the tank cap. The tank to the plug. Purge the air from the cylinder swing motor from the cycling of hydraulic functions. Alright, Chapter 18, Maintenance Air Compressor.